Welcome to this video. If you're an IELTS aspirant, then this video is going to be very important for you. Today we have Sarah Isaac to answer some of the most important questions and the most common questions that IELTS aspirants usually have in their minds before attempting their exams. Right? So, hi Sarah.
Hi.
It's
Hi,
very
guys.
nice to have you here with us today. For those of you who do not know who Sarah is, Sarah has been teaching IELTS students for over 6 years now. She's mentored over 300 students and helped them achieve their desired band scores. She also has her courses listed on our YouTube channel, which you can access by clicking on the link above. So Sarah, I'll start off with a few questions over here to better understand the IELTS exam, what the pattern is like, what the format is like, what the students can expect, and all of those kind of things. So my first question to you, Sarah, is like, who is the IELTS for? What is the format, and can anyone take it?
So actually, yeah, Oracle, anyone can take the IELTS, and it's basically for those who are planning on studying abroad and or even working abroad. So what the IELTS does is it tests your 4 communication skills. So that will be your reading skills, your listening skills, your writing skills, and your speaking skills.
All right, so my next question is that what are the possible methods of giving the exam? So are there any formats like can I take it at home, or do I have to go to a center? Do I have to write, or is it on the computer? Like what's the thing about?
Okay, so before we get into how you can take your IELTS, I'll just pause right there and tell you that there are actually 2 types of IELTS. So you have the IELTS General, which, if you're planning on working abroad, you would probably look into taking that mainly for visa purposes.
Right.
And then you have the IELTS Academic for basically students who want to study abroad. There are 2 ways in which you can take the exam.
Right.
There's the computer-based and there's the paper-based. So as both sound, the paper-based, you're taking it on paper, and the computer-based, you're taking it on the computer.
Right. So can I take this at home, or do I have to go to a center to take these tests?
So at the moment, the home option is not actually available, so you would have to go to a test center.
And there's like test centers pretty much everywhere in
Yes.
all cities, right?
Yes.
So even in tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, are there centers, or do students have to travel to a bigger city to give their exams?
So in most cities around India, there are test centers, but there may come a point where a student might not find a test center in their city, so they might have to travel a little bit to
My
find.
next question is that how would a person choose that which kind of test they want to give, the computer-based or the paper-based?
Okay, so that's actually a really good question, and honestly speaking, at the end of the day, it is the student that's going to take the test. So what I tell my students is that it's completely up to you what you choose. So if you're someone like me who's a little old-fashioned, who likes writing down my answers or
Right.
writing your answers on a paper and all of that, you
So
can.
it's not necessarily that any of those are easier over the other. It's
No.
like the difficulty, does it like change over the format, like, or is it the sort of the same?
No, it's the same thing. The format is completely the same.
It's just about comfort, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Like you said, it's all about comfort mainly. But if you're looking to take the paper base, there's just like one advantage, and that would be for the listening section. Because at the end of the test, so it lasts for 30 minutes, you get about 10 minutes of time to transfer your answers onto your paper, your answer paper.
All right. So that is a clear advantage over there, right?
And I mean, if you look at the computer based test, the only advantage there would be, I would say, is that you would get your results much faster.
All right.
Okay.
Next question is aimed at getting a better understanding of the types of questions that are asked in the exam. Right. So, like, what are the types of questions in the 4 sections that are asked? If you can just give us a brief overview of the types of questions over there.
Absolutely. So, as you know, we have 4 sections, so you'll be finding different question types for each section. Now, for the listening and for the reading section, you'll have a couple of similarities, and that would be in terms of maybe multiple choice, filling in the blanks, right? Those kind of question types where you're listening and you're writing, or you're reading and you're writing, right? Down your answers, comprehension questions, those kind of things. And for the speaking section, you'll be asked on like questions about everyday topics, right? And even for the writing section as well, you have like an essay question and probably like an inference. So if you're taking the general, you'll be asked to write a letter and then an essay. And if it's the academic, you'll be reading a graph and writing down all the things that you see in the graph, and also writing an essay as well.
Okay, so how does a student go about preparing for these kinds of questions? Like, what would you suggest?
So to be honest, practice is key. right? So doing different practice papers, getting a hold of these practice papers, and then practicing, right? You can also go for classes, get a mentor. That also really helps because actually speaking, if you're self-preparing, yeah, you might think, okay, I'm doing well in this section, I'm doing well in this section, let's say listening and reading.
So getting a mentor.
Yes,
All
getting
right.
a mentor is quite important, right?
And practice tests.
Yes,
All
because
right.
you need to know where you stand. Like if you just think that you can go into the exam with 2 or 3 days preparation, that actually might not be enough.
All right.
Preparation includes practice papers, like doing as many as you can.
So these
as many as
practice
possible.
papers, they are available online, as in like they can just go and get these practice papers, or like do they have to buy them, or what's the deal about?
So yes, you can find various practice papers online. There are also some books that we will probably link down in the description to help you practice.
All
right.
right.
So practicing is key.
So considering the fact that someone is retaking their IELTS exam, what should the roadmap look like for that person to improve and on their scores?
Okay. So again, ideally, they should just check where they are standing. So look at their scores, see which one was maybe not up to their standard, or maybe it
Right.
was a low score, and focus on that section. Again, maybe get a mentor. So maybe that time around they self-studied or they self-prepared, right? So maybe look at getting a mentor to see where they are struggling or what areas they need to improve on, and then go from there.
So is there a limit as to like how many times the IELTS exam can be taken by anyone?
So no, you can take the IELTS exam as many times as you need to, right? Just remember that you have to pay each time, but you can take it as many times as you need to.
And where all is the IELTS accepted?
So the IELTS is accepted worldwide. Almost every English-speaking country accepts it, and also over about 12,500 universities as well, they accept this score as well.
So that clears a lot of doubts, Sarah. Thanks for being in this video today. So we plan on bringing more of these videos, more of these informational videos to you people as soon as possible, right? And if you have any other questions that we didn't answer during this interview, then please leave a comment down below so that we can get back to you with the answers as soon as possible. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. See you in the next video.
Bye.